Well, on our way home. On our way to Ontario. Ollie and I are taking off back to Ontario. He has baseball tomorrow. What's tomorrow? You only have practice tomorrow, all right?
Yeah.
He has baseball practice tomorrow. I opted to take the Friday off because I wanted to make sure that I got to check in a little bit at home. And also, I wanted to make sure I caught his early games on Saturday. As you know, a big day all around Saturday. Big day for Ollie. He has the start of a best-of-3 series to see who represents his division in the ICBA. So that's pretty tense. OBAs? OBAs? So, no.
Yes. Only one team.
From the OBAs?
Because Hamilton's guaranteed.
So what's the ICBAs?
ICBA is the league championship.
Oh, I see. Ontario. Oh, yeah, right. I see. Thank you. So, the start of a best-of-3 series, and man, I hope they do good. This team has had their number a couple of times. The Waterloo team, very well coached, and a very good group of kids also. So that's an exciting day to start the day. And as soon as that second game is over, I'm gone. I go back over here. Big night for us, for me, for you. Time is on my side, has the rail in the Milstein. So that is exciting. Also, later on that night, a big night for everyone. It's the Gold Cup and Saucer, trial number 1. James is going to drive. James McDonald is going to drive Save America. He has picked to win, I believe, 5-2. Coming in sharp. Jason was very impressed with his training Saturday. He's had a good week since he's been down there, I believe. Everything is going well. So really excited. A big Saturday coming up. But it wasn't Thursday was no slouch. Thursday was a good day also. We were starting Dreon. First start out of the cradle, so to speak. First start out of Ontario. I don't know if it was his first start in a 5/8. It might have been. But definitely he hasn't raced that often. If he did, maybe once. Maybe twice. Maybe once. Maybe none. But a big day for him. Then we had the 2 fillies in a race-off. Now, the race-off doesn't always hurt us. Race-off is called and said, Anthony, we're trying to fill. And I can't get a hold of Harry, can't get a hold of Dominic. Well, they're working mid-morning, and the phones don't work that great. The reception's terrible at the first line area. I can barely ever get a hold of them, let alone the race office. They said, we see you qualified those 2 2-year-old fillies. Would you be willing to race them to fill the maiden? Sure. A 2-year-old maiden, right? Yep. Sure. So that's exactly what we did, and we were lucky tonight. First and second, Sylvain put Princess Dream in play. 2 moved her in the mile, and Resolve Indeed just kind of lurked in the weeds. Finished up strong, 28 seconds, mile 2-1. Actually, a perfect mile for both of these fillies, and it looked like Princess were trying to fight back on at the wire too. A great mile for those 2 horses. And then, I guess to start the day was Dreon. I'm going to finish off with Collector. I was just listening to the broadcast team, and Barry Viceroy said that, he could win or be second with Collector. I thought the horse raced well. That Asian Zing horse, that's an old Rosie Weaver horse. Missed the gate by 2 or 3 lengths. I'm like, this horse does not look that impressive. And then a big, gigantic move down the backstretch. A winner in 54. Collector finishes second. He's only in that class by a win, so I guess that's the only saving grace. So very happy with, we'll take the second. We get to play again in that playground next week before we have to worry about any sort of movement in Collector, moving up or down or anywhere. Well, he won't be moving down, moving up. So happy with Collector, happy with the 2 fillies. Now I'll rewind all the way to the start of the day. I get up today, so I told you the other day I had chipped a tooth. And I couldn't function walking around. I was not going to buy any chewing tobacco or buy a sleeveless flannel shirt. I had to get the tooth fixed. So Ollie and I get up early. In fact, that was probably the driving force behind us driving all night to go to the Meadows, was I was able to get a dentist appointment for the next morning. It was weird. Any of you that have ever got dental work done, they always put that little wax paper just to make sure that your teeth aren't gonna interfere. Like there's no interference there. And as I was leaving, I was so happy the chip got fixed, and the gentleman, the dentist, did a great job. But as I was leaving in my car, I could feel a little ridge at the back of my tooth where my bottom tooth might catch on it. And I'm like, it'll be fine. I couldn't place at the time where this happened, but I know where it happened. I was warming Hallie in the clouds up, and she had run 2 or 3 times. And I was really angry, and I was starting to get frustrated myself. I said, come on. And I'm gritting my teeth, and just as I did, it felt like a rock hit my tooth, but it didn't. It was that little ridge. It's that little ridge popping off. I didn't realize until later. I'm brushing my teeth, and I'm like, what is this? What's going on here? It was just a little chip broke off the front. So I wake up this morning. I call Aspen Dental again. Nice people. I said, listen, really sorry. I was in there, and the ladies were nice. They go, oh yeah, you were racing horses. How'd you do? I said, oh, we won them both. I was very happy. Listen, I got a little chip on that tooth. She, oh my God. So I explained what happened. She said, oh, come on in, we'll fix it. It only took a couple of minutes to fix. And he fixed it really good this time. Really good. So I was having a good day. I got down, warmed up Dreon. I was happy with Dreon. Now keep in mind, I've never sat behind Dreon in a race. Not one time. So we go to Gwetta there. Long before that. When I warm him up, I said to Tim, how'd he train this week? Tim could only train him a slow mile. And I always preach to our trainers, don't start hanging the horses up when you're going at 25 or 30. It's not a good idea. They don't act the same. You zip them a quarter and, race speed, and then you can get a feel of what they're doing and not doing, where they may have some inferiorities, where they may need some help. I wasn't able to do that. And you couldn't train him fast. He only got to Tim 2 or 3 days before. So just the timing of it all. I watched the same race you did, where he gapped off and looked terrible for Anthony Hahn. I've seen him made a break at the gate on Jody, but raced pretty good for James. Tyler Borth drove him. He was a winner in the front in 54. I know with the staggered gate, if he can function, I'm in front with him. He's got the Beal next week. I want to know what Dreon's all about. And I got a short period of time to figure it out. I warm him up. He's okay. I said, Tim, you're right. Left line a little bit. Maybe put that line pole inside, Murphy blind outside, gating pole on the outside, just to make sure. They said go now. I scored him down, and he did make a break in the first turn. It was my fault. A lot of people ask me, Anthony, why do you score the horses down fast sometimes? I want to know where their boiling point is. I want to know where that red line is. There's nothing worse than blasting a horse out of there knowing before you're getting to the turn, he or she does not feel that comfortable. There's a chance we might make a break. I would like to remove chance from it. I would like to know where their comfort zone starts and ends. But I also got to remember with Dreon, it's a horse he used to bleed at. Beware. So I had to let him score down a little bit, and as I did, he made a little break, pulled his hobbles up a hole. It's not bad. Now I know what he can do. So I go to Gwetta there with him. I see Brady's got Dave Pallone beat out already. Brady's horse I know is a player, but not really a player. I know our horse is 15-1 morning line, which is insanity. Like the horse is beat. The horse shows on his card beating the horse that's the favorite and the second favorite. No, raced against the horse, maybe that was second favorite. They both came from Ontario. Brady beats them both out, I believe, and I know he's going to cut me loose. So as I get to the turn, I just give Dreon a little room, and all he needs is a couple of steps in. He did it in the warm-up, he did it in the post-parade. Just ease him into the turn, and then he'll accelerate. He just wants to get his bearings. So I did, just took my time, but then I let him trot through the turn because I want to be on the front with him today. I want to go a good mile as we go towards what possibly could be the Beal next week. He's got flip-flops on. We added a hood with cups to sharpen him up a little bit. We changed a few little things. I want to know what's working and what isn't working, and not using him effectively is not going to help us or him for next week. He's got a full year of racing behind him. We're not talking about, kinking here. We're talking about racing him. 27-4, 27 and something. I clear to the front. I look at the TV as we're coming. There's no one moving. I'm fine. But I want to keep letting them roll along. I don't want to double them up because I know what Dave's like. He's going to move first over with the favorite. Although I think I have a better horse, he will trot right past me if I'm flat-footed. I already know he will. I've seen him do it 100 times. Not these horses, just him. So I want to make sure that I'm going enough. It's not going to be easy for him just to pull the trigger down the backstretch and out sprint me. Because keep in mind, I still don't know what Dreon is going to do or not going to do. This is all hindsight stuff as we're talking now. This is in real time. 56-1, I'm thinking he feels good. I'm going to win him 53. He feels good. I let him trot down the backstretch again. I don't know what he'll be like in the last turn, and I don't want Dave to even get remotely close to me. I want to bury them. I put the bit in his mouth. I kick the earplugs out. He feels a little flat. Just a little flat. Not bad, though. So we get into the last turn. He gets in a little bit. Now, he added the Murphy outside. I hit a few. I don't know if they find me for the pylons. I went through the last one, getting into the passing lane. It's a good thing that nobody was catching up because I couldn't let them up the inside if I wanted to. Right line hard the last 3/8. When horses do that, especially when you stretch them out, bigger, stronger horses, more times than not, it is I would suggest their stifle. Right, he's starting to get over a little bit. Now he needed that gate and pull on the outside at the start. Now he's starting to creep over on the left shaft. Now he's running in. Is he running in away from the Murphy? It's a great question. But if it was the Murphy, why wouldn't he do it leaving the gate? Why wouldn't he do it coming to the half? Why wouldn't he do it down the backstretch? He's doing it on the end of the mile. He's running in. Something's biting him a little bit at the end of the mile. Doesn't appear to be his knees or his feet. I would wager good money that it's his right stifle. So what was the takeaway? Well, they used him a little hard to get beaten 54, but hold on. Scope him after 3 out of 5 for mucus, which seems to be, or as we're becoming accustomed to, potentially 6 out of 10. But this is mostly allergy mucus, so now we have something to work on. No blood. For a horse that used to bleed bad, no blood. Perfect. All right, let's work on cleaning the mucus up. Get those flip-flops off. Get those flip-flops off because they're not going to help you at the Poconos. Well, what I've learned, historically speaking, is the flip-flops, not a great footwear choice for the Poconos. Poconos itself has a fantastic surface, much like the Red Mile. And much like the Red Mile, flip-flops are generally a no-go. So get the flip-flops off. Now he's got 5/8 on up front. Let's lighten the load just a hair. Let's go to a 9/16 up front. And Tim and I are talking about all this. Go to 9/16 up front. Take that Murphy off of the outside. It'll be just fine. The gating pole does what it needs to do. Leave the line pole on the left. Clean up that mucus. I think between having a clearer airway, and keep in mind, you might say, well, he raced last week. Not really. He ran all over the track. Did he really get raced? He went a mile about 2:10 and then was off 10 days, I think. So a tiny bit short coming in. He won't be short next week. Tim will train him up. Get the 5/8 and the flip-flops off and trade them in for a 9/16. Work hard to clean that airway up. That seems to be the concern and the problem of the day right now, which it is every year. So clean that airway up. Take that Murphy blind off. You know what? Probably sitting on a 52 and a piece, 53 mile with this horse. A little bit tighter, going to be breathing a little bit better, not have those flip-flops on. It's very plausible that he could be sitting on a 52 and 3, 4, 53, somewhere between 52 and 3 and 53 and 3 mile at the Poconos. All things the same, which they never are, but all things the same as they were today, which puts him in the running. Keep in mind, Brace for Landing trotted 54 flat and was second in the BLB division last year. Now, he may not even get in. He only got 28 or 30,000 made or something this year. Same as Ready for Landing. They might not even get in. But we're going to enter them. We're going to enter them with Time Is On My Side and the Max Hemp also. I was talking to Ian Moore today. He said, Anthony, it's going to be super tight if you are in the A division of the Max Hemp. They usually put it towards the end of the program. We are going to be super tight for time. Keep in mind, it's an hour difference in PEI. 10:45 in the air is 11:45 in PEI. So he said, we'll figure it out at Northfield. It may or may not be possible. And listen, if I would be happy if Time Is On My Side did great in the Milstein. What happens if he draws poor and they put him in with Legendary Hanover? And then Dreon doesn't even get in. And then Ready for Landing draws in with some Tigers. Well, guess what? Anthony's going to PEI. But I would love nothing more than to do double duty in the Poconos and Prince Edward Island next Saturday. First, we have to get one of our horses in PEI in the final, or both if we're lucky. Secondly, we have to get in the Poconos. Now, he'll get in the Max Ham. Time is on my side, one of the divisions. And I'm hopeful that one or two of the trotters will get in. If that's the case, great. I'll call the race office at the Poconos, beg for some help. Can you get me in somewhere between the middle to the latter part of the program? Hope that Ian Moore still wants to go to PEI. And if everything works out, we'll win the Beal, the Hemp, and the Gold Cup and Saucer. We have to get in all of them first. And that's not the only cool thing going on Saturday. Obviously, next Saturday is the first elimination of the Wellwood for Chicago Hall. So really excited with a lot of stuff that is going on right now. Really excited about the week ahead. I'm going to be in Kentucky no less than Monday, no more than Tuesday. Ollie, who went to his first football practice tonight, is going to be in practicing football also Monday and Tuesday of next week. Potentially baseball. He has the tournaments. He might actually be working harder than me next week. It's a great time of the year to be in the family or in the stable family. It's all the same right now. We had a great day today. We had a win with Resolve Indeed. She looked impressive. We had a second with Princess Dream. She looked great. So Resolve Indeed was the winner. Princess Dream was second. Collector had a pretty good second. He remains in that class. Liv, as I said, to play in that sandbox again next week. And Dreon with a good third, but a very telling third. If I had backed in down the backstretch, could I have won? Who knows? Maybe. Maybe I could have. But we learned a lot about Dreon today, and we are going to learn from that race, and hopefully there'll be a better Dreon show up next week if we get the chance. So that is what took place this morning, this afternoon, and tonight. Tomorrow afternoon, what a lady, what a night. Eileen's Got Grit racing in Springfield at the Illinois State Fair. Casanova Hall races for us. First start, lifetime for us tomorrow. Gaslight Hall, first start lifetime. First start for us because Gaslight Hall is first lifetime start tomorrow. Foxy Seaside is in tomorrow. Jeff Nysonger is going to drive her. He's got a really quiet set of hands, and he's a really experienced horseman. You may ask why. Because there was an accident the other night, and Chris Page, I heard, broke his ribs. He is out. He's not going to be racing on Friday. So Foxy Seaside will get Jeff Nysonger. Watch Your Mouth will race also, and then we'll finish the night with 3 Point Blue Chip coming off a sharp victory. I looked closer. Not a lifetime victory. He did qualify in 53-1 as a 3-year-old, but coming off a very good mile nonetheless. I already talked to you about Saturday, big Saturday for us. Save America. Stay Close will race in the afternoon. Save America. I'm fancy like time is on my side. Rose Run AJ and No Free Lunch. A big weekend coming up. That's Saturday. Sunday we got some Sire Stakes in a Sire Stake and Stallion series in the Poconos, and we have Buckeye races in Ohio, and then Monday I'm off to Kentucky. A busy week ahead. But all done now. I'll be home around 12:30 or so. Ollie and I are well on our way to Ontario. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. A lot of rain coming tomorrow for everywhere. Looks like rain just on planet Earth tomorrow. It's definitely going to rain in Ontario, in Ohio, in Pennsylvania. Everywhere is going to get some rain. So we'll see how that plays into our racing. But for me, right now, today, I'm all done. I will talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Take care.